second day of me being back. So quick trade recap. So as you can see, I made $1,000 today. Just another 1,000 away from getting funded. Feels good, but it's happened multiple times. Probably gonna lose tomorrow. Probably lose tomorrow. The next day after that. So we'll see. Not to get our hopes up. So let's go daily. So in the beginning, when I was looking at the daily, it was green up here. So I was like, okay, I think it's gonna go up and then shoot back down, just because I really don't expect it to go higher past the all-time high. Like I said in the later video, like the last video, that when it reaches all-time highs, usually jumps down a little bit or a lot. So 4 hour, we were right here. So I was still bearish. There was no break of structure. 1 hour, same thing. There was a break of structure upside, but eventually broke back down, which is fine. So still bearish, regardless of it being bullish in the 1 hour. And also, I kept in mind that we were in a 1 hour bearish for value gap and a 4 hours bearish for value gap. I didn't want to mark it out because then my entire chart would just be red when I was trading. I just kept it in mind that we were in a bearish for value gap. So 15-minute and the 5-minute were useful today. As you can see, there was for value gaps, like right here, and that was a 15-minute one right here, 15-minute fair value gap. And on the 5-minute as well, there was a lot of fair value gaps that I marked out over here, over here. These will eventually broken, but I don't really know that. Let's see. So the reason I took a trade today, this is like be more clear. This market opened right here. So the first thing it does is a little dip, whatever, it didn't pass any liquidity. Then it shoots up, and I thought I missed the turn. I thought I was gonna keep shooting up today, but I had a bit bearish bias, and I felt like I really wanted to take a trade, but I was like, okay, I felt it was bearish, so I'm gonna stick to my bearish bias. Then it reaches this bearish fair value gap all the way over here. I was like, okay, let's see if it reacts off of it, and that's exactly what I got. A reaction off that fair value gap. However, there was a fair value gap over here and a fair value tiny one over here. But once I closed out of both of them, I entered immediately, and this was kind of like so that was my profit, take profits. I had a take profit right here as well. So I did 10 contracts of micros, and it took 5 over here and then 5 literally right before this. So I got really lucky before it shot back up. It took my stop loss. So I had really good let's say psychology and thinking, just because there's too many fair value gaps here for not to reverse. I eventually did go back down and would have hit the take profit stuff I said over here or whatever, but let's try to risk it. I'm tired of trying to be greedy and stuff. So let's see why we took that trade. So it went up, hit this fair value gap, past these liquidity marks. I had these liquidity marks passed. So I was like, okay, we need a reaction, we need a reason. Hit this fair value gap, exited out of it. Played a little safe. I could have exited as soon as this candle closed, but there's hella fair value gaps over here that I didn't want to risk it reversing off of. So I waited for this candle close. Second it passed all that. Entered. My stop loss was at 300 and my take profit was at 1300 over here, but I decided to move it right before this fair value gap over here and right above this. Right over here, took 5 over here, and I took another close off right before this. So I took around $1,000 profit, 1,072, which is right above 2,000 mark. So we need 1,000 left to get funded. So we'll see.